What situation is introvert's nightmare? Being picked out of the crowd at an assembly, concert, magic show, etc. Your social butterfly friend begs you to go to a party with him. You go there and he wanders off to talk to literally everyone there while you follow him like a puppy. Networking events. Teacher, everyone find a partner. As a child, my worst nightmare was when my parents got visitors and I'm stuck upstairs hungry and thirsty because I can't access the kitchen. Let's all introduce ourselves. I went to a wedding with my GF and she was the only person I knew at the wedding. She also was standing up in the wedding, so during the ceremony and a good chunk of the reception I had to find a place to sit with strangers and talk to no one. It was just awful. After parties. You mean there's more stuff to do after the stuff we planned on doing? I only have so much energy to deal with people and it was already used up. Being forced into public speaking last moment. A total surprise party for me at my place with everyone and their significant other, so I'm essentially the 49th wheel at my own party. Kill me now. That's not loud enough, I said. Good morning, team. Why are you being so quiet? A ad hoc talent show with coworkers. As someone who's maybe not a full introvert but has a limit on my extrovertedness, this happened to me and I basically said no thanks. Unexpected phone calls. Phone calls. Receiving and twice as bad having to make one. People randomly showing up to hang out at your own place. Icebreakers. Remember, introversion does not equal social anxiety. While the two can of course mix. Introverts are people who charge their batteries when they're alone and have me time. And get drained faster when in a group of people. You can be a social introvert. I think what people in the comments are assuming is that introverts are people who hate social interaction or public events. That's not necessarily true. Public marriage proposal which they want to turn down. My college has put me in a shared room with a stranger who doesn't speak English. There is nowhere for me to go and recharge my social battery. I am losing my mind, don't get me wrong. I like my roommate. She seems real sweet, but by God I need a minute to myself. Tell me about yourself. School presentations. People barging into my personal space uninvited. Unexpected visitors when you're at home. Don't fucking do this, it is very rude. A party where all people do is stand around and talk. For hours. I just want to be in bed with a book, thanks. Traveling to an event. Like a big conference. Where you'll be with coworkers the entire time for 2 days. And you share a hotel room with 2 of them. Literally no time away to yourself. And you arrive home Sunday night. And you work on Monday at 0730. A large wedding. Being the center of attention for an entire day sounds fucking terrible. Especially with a lot of family members I don't particularly care for. Or haven't seen in years and having to pretend like I'm happy to see them and oh my gosh it's been so long. No thank you. Being asked to do some group activity on such short notice and being put on the spot without having a legitimate reason for not wanting to do it aside from I just don't feel like it. When the teacher says, okay everyone get into groups of 5. I am introverted but have good social skills. And these comments are purgatory. I am wincing at all of them. Thanks. I hate it. Also karaoke night. When your boss unexpectedly wants you to present something or talk about something in the moment. I need like a couple days to prepare myself for any speaking engagement, lol. A friend taking you out to a nightclub. Waiter waitress bringing cake and singing happy birthday in front of the whole restaurant. Finding a job. Showing up at a party where you are supposed to meet a friend and they are late. Or your friend disappears and talks with someone else and you're stuck alone to fend for yourself. Crowds. When the person you've been forced into meaningless small talk with just straight up does not read your subtle cues that you prefer to be left the fuck alone. Life. My wife, hey, do you want to leave the house today? Having to form a group on a school project. Knowing damn well you're going to get the lion's share of work and partial credit. Group projects. Going to a party event with a friend and immediately finding yourself alone amidst people you don't know. Dear God, wanna hang out this Saturday? Sure, Saturday arrives 10 minutes before hangout time. Oh, also I invited my friend you have never met before to join us. Never liked parties or partying. It just feels like fake fun. I'm supposed to have fun, right? But I feel more out of place. Corporate events, etc. Pretty much the same thing in my view. But with a layer of cringe added. Small talk. If I'm gonna give you my attention and take myself out of my inner world, you'd better have something stimulating to talk about. Invited to a high school reunion. Telling a story and everybody actually start listening. Being told to smile more. Sorry, don't have the energy to give a fake smile. I only smile when happy. I think you are mistaking being an introvert with having social anxiety or being shy. An introvert isn't scared to talk to people or interact with them. He just wants to reduce the amount of people he interacts with. Why don't you perform something for us? Projects in which we need to go and talk to random people and get their opinion on something. I just made up imaginary people and wrote random opinions. Public speaking. Having a girl sit next to me with all of her friends around and she keeps on asking me questions. And they all keep randomly laughing for no reason I can understand. Return to office. Most of these answers are more relevant to someone who has social anxiety. Introverts are not inherently socially awkward, but find social interactions draining, rather than invigorating. Work from home being removed as an option. Passing the peace in church. Those share a fun fact about yourself around the room questions in class. Introverted cop here. Testifying in court sucks. Especially when you're doing it solo and don't have a prosecutor just asking you questions. Solo is like 90% of all testimony though. School work presentations. Team bonding group activities.